Welcome back. Well, as always, North Dakota State Track and Field Meet proved to be a great ground for performances from all classes, not just the big schools like Bismarck, Fargo, and Grand Forks. The Class B ranks had their fair share of outstanding athletes. Let's go to those highlights now.
Back to the Bismarck Community Bowl with the 300-meter hurdle starting the day, and it's Kindred's Eric Bachmeyer, a big reason for the Vikings' title hopes this year, pulling away to take the win in a time of 38.86 seconds. A good start for the Class B favorites. More Bachmeyer now in the 110-meter hurdles. He was the top qualifier in prelims, but in the finals, it's Northern Cass's TJ Hochstetler pushing him all the way. They both lean at the line, but it's Hochstetler claiming the victory by 0.02 of a second for the Jaguars. To the sprints now in the Open 100, it doesn't get much closer than this. Keep an eye on Dickinson Trinity's Dawson Cram out in lane 7. The freshman for the Titans clocks in at 11.03 to take the win by less than 1/10 of a second. He is excited about that, and so are these kids. Another great finish here, the Open 200 now. That's Carrington's Seth Abarea in lane 4, with Kildeer's Tucker Beck and Louis Dobitz to his right in 5 and 6. In the end, Abarea would just edge Beck by 0.08 of a second with his time of 22.36. Great win for the Cardinals. Open 400, and two familiar names going at it with Eric Bachmeyer of Kindred and Louis Dobitz of Kildeer side by side down the home stretch. Dobitz would get the better of Bachmeyer in this one, a great time of 49.86 for Kildeer. Next distance up, the 800 meters. What a great race here by Josh Thompson of Grafton. He was 5th in this event in 2013, but he throws down a 1:58.37 to reach the top of the podium this year, over 4 seconds ahead of the field. Josh Thompson, great race. Finally, to the 3,200 meters, a strong field featuring 1,600-meter champ Ryan Wheeling of Newtown, defending 2-mile champ Elliott Stone of Shiloh Christian. The two would be close throughout, but it'd be the freshman Wheeling taking the win in the end, a time of 9:45.08 to claim his second title of the weekend. Stone would come up just short in this race, but the junior would still have a strong 2014 state meet, taking home runner-up medals in all 3 distance events. Elsewhere, Ellendale's Kellerman Hinton won the long jump and dominated the triple jump, going 46 feet 3 inches, landing 2 inches shy of a state meet record. Also in the field, Hazen's Austin Cieslak wins the shot put. He takes second in the discus behind Newtown's Elijah Grady, while Botano's Harrison Aid wins his second straight pole vault crown with a mark of 14 feet. Here now the team standings for Class B, and it's Kindred ending Lisbon's 2-year reign at the top of the podium. The Vikings would earn solid points in each of the sprint and hurdle events and would take the 4x4 and 4x8 crowns en route to their first ever track and field championship. Let's start at the long jump pits. Defending champ Maple Valley Enderline's Megan Johnson, the senior, would go 18 feet even to take the title at 7 inches better than second place. Johnson would go back-to-back in the triple jump as well. To the track now, and the capacity crowd will witness to great races all day, though none closer than this one, the B-Girls 100 meters. That's Central Cass's Gabby Grumish in lane 6, alongside her, Jocelyn Dinius of Langdon area Munich in lane 5. The two cross the finish line at an identical mark of 12.55 seconds, a tie, right? Well, not quite. Grumish gets the nod after the photo finish review. More Gabby Grumish now in the 200 meters, this time on the inside in lane 3. Incredibly, she would tie in this race as well, this time with Kindred's Alexandra Erickson, 25.76 their times. Only Grumish would lose the photo finish to take 3rd place behind Erickson in a fired-up Rachel Dryberg of Hillsborough Central Valley. The senior runs 25.54 to take the win. Open 400 now, a race owned by Parcel's Alexis Woods in recent years. The NDSU-bound senior runs a 56.76, the best quarter of any class this year, to complete a 4-peat in this event. Incredible stuff. To the hurdles now, a discipline dominated this weekend by Hazen's Dakota Wood. The junior won both hurdle races a year ago. She'd be pushed here in the 300s by Dryberg, the 200-meter champ. Would, though, just enough to take the win with a 44.79 effort. The 100's much less stressful for Wood. She would cruise to the win by over 0.4 of a second, running 14.94 to complete the hurdle double for the second straight year. In the long-distance events, this meet was all about Watford City's Asha Smith, the defending champ in the mile and the 2-mile, and the Class B cross-country champ from earlier this fall. Smith one-upped herself this weekend as she defended both of her long-distance titles and added a victory in the 800 as well. Pretty good stuff from the sophomore. Other impressive performers from the weekend included Kayla Holhalter of Carrington. She'd win the shot put and set a new state meet record in the javelin, a throw of 143 feet 11 inches. The University of Iowa recruit would also take second in the discus behind her Cardinal teammate, Bailey Retzloff. Lexi Whitmire of Rolette Walford won the high jump at 5 feet 10 inches. That's a new state meet record. The sophomore improved 7 inches from her mark at state from 2013. Also strong showing from the Hazen relay teams. The Bison win the 4x1 and the 4x4 en route to another runner-up finish in the team standings. Here now are those standings in full for the Class B girls. It was a wide-open race coming into the weekend, but by its conclusion, Carrington had pulled away once again to claim its third straight track and field title by a pretty comfortable 20-point margin. The Cardinals did it with good depth in the hurdles and long-distance events, but it was their domination in the throwing disciplines that really set them apart. They'd win all 3 events, earning 8 medals and 46 points in the process.
4 state champions crowned in Bismarck last weekend. 6 more to come this weekend in Sioux Falls. We'll preview the South Dakota High School State Track and Field meet coming up next.
Varsity Sports Now, presented by Shields.